Hey there, I'm Chrissy, and I want to welcome you to Monday Mindset from a Biblical Perspective. I'm really excited to talk to you today about God's will for your life. Let's go. Hey, I am so excited to be here with you today. I hope that you had a great weekend, that your week is off to a great start, and I am just excited to talk with you today about God's will for your life. And I want to do it a little bit different this week. I really just want to kind of share my heart with you and then give you some homework for this week to really help you dive in to renewing your mind. I think so often, I know for myself, that's one of the things that I love about gathering with our church on Sunday and on Wednesday is it really spurs us on in the faith. And so that's what I hope that these videos do for you is to spur you on in the faith, but not that you would just learn here or learn at church, but that you would really dive into your own personal relationship with the Lord. I will say that I believe that the Lord takes our relationship to a next level when we do that in community, but I think it's also very important that we take personal responsibility for our faith and for our relationship with God. So today, I want to talk specifically about God's will for your life and give you some homework to really do this week with the Lord to really help you begin to set your thoughts and your mind on the plans that God has for your life. And so, as you seek God's will and walk in right relationship with Him through Jesus, His plans for your life become evident. So many people wander around wondering what is their purpose? What have they been called to? Or they wonder, is what I'm doing, is that really my purpose? Is it really my calling? And I know that I even struggle with that as well, but I know God always brings me back to His purpose, right? Everything is His purpose, and our job is to partner with Him, to abide with Him, to be obedient, and to walk those things out. And we will just naturally fulfill our purpose if we are doing that. So, as you live submitted to Christ, abiding in Him, your life will unfold in beautiful ways. This is something that I've shared here before. I shared on Wednesday night in church, but really diving in to your own personal relationship with the Lord, really acknowledging that He is the vine, you are the branches, or you are the branch. We as a body are the branches, right? And that apart from Him, we can do nothing. This is so very important that we realize that and that we walk in that. And as we begin to spend time with Him in the secret place, as we begin to immerse ourselves with His Word, we begin to see life from a different perspective, right? We begin to see life from a higher perspective, from God's perspective, and we start to see our lives unfold in very, very beautiful ways. Not that every day is perfect or easy, because I will say I had some doozy of a days last week. But ultimately, I was able to walk with God through those hardships last week and really still feel close to Him and experience beauty even in the frustration of life. And so that's what I want for you. Breakthrough and transformation, they may come slowly, right? But they may come quickly, or in different times and season of our lives, we might see that one breakthrough comes really quickly and another takes more time. But God's timing is perfect and you can trust Him. And I just want to encourage you in that today is to remember that God's timing is perfect. And if we are partnered with Him, then He alone knows how much time we need to learn how to carry what it is that He has in store for us, right? So when we say God's timing is perfect, it's not necessarily that His timing is next week at 5 o'clock and that's when it's going to happen. It's the amount of time that it takes you to develop into the person that He needs you to be to carry what He has for you to carry. That is how God's timing is perfect. When we partner with Him, right, and we say yes to Him and we begin to let Him shape us, when we are ready for the next thing, right, then He allows us to go through that, but we need to make sure that we are walking with Him, right? It's very, very important to trust His will, to seek His wisdom, but it's also so extremely important that we walk in obedience to whatever it is that He's calling us to. So what is He calling you to? What is the thing or the next thing that He said, this is what you need to do? or that he's asking you to do. Have you done that thing yet? Or are you waiting? Are you nervous? Are you scared? Right? I can honestly say there are things that he's probably waiting on me for, right? We need to ask ourselves these questions. God, what is it? What is that thing that either I'm holding off on? Will you help me to push through and to be obedient to you, even though I'm scared? Right? Or maybe he needs to remind you because maybe you've forgotten what that thing is that he's asked you to do, right? We have to be obedient to what he's calling us to and to learn to work with him, right? Not just for him, but with him, because we have a role to play. You have a role to play in your journey with the Lord, right? We are not puppets in this life. I struggled with this for a while when I was younger, but I know that we are not puppets. You are not a puppet, but a vessel, a living, breathing, and moving vessel for the Lord, with the Lord, for him to mold you and shape you to become more and more like Jesus Christ. So when you accept the invitation that he has given you to partner with him, he's invited you into his fellowship, right? Then he will take you to new levels of faith and prosperity. And yes, I said prosperity. And I want you to understand that prosperity does not mean just physical wealth. It is not in one area of your life. Jesus came that you may have life and have it abundantly to the full, overflowing. Read all the translations and pray about it. But prosperity is not just in the physical, but our souls prosper when we spend time walking with the Lord in obedience to him and surrendering those things that are hard for us to let go of. When we do that willingly, right? When we do that willingly, we begin to experience soul, whole self prosperity and everything related to us. These things begin to prosper as we really step in to the role in which God has called us to, and that is partnership with Jesus. So obedience is not something that we do to earn God's favor, but something that we do because we trust God, right? So if we're not obeying, and I'm talking to myself here too, but if you do not obey God in what he's calling you to do, then you do not trust him. It's just that simple. It's that simple for you. It's that simple for me. So I want to encourage us this week to sit with the Lord, right? To sit with the Lord and to ask him to show us where we need to surrender our doubts and our fears and walk in obedience to what he is calling us to in this season. Let his love and his faithfulness to us be a reminder that he is for us and that his plans for us are greater than anything we could imagine. If only we will trust and completely obey him. This is such an encouragement even to my spirit as I am talking right now, and I hope that it is an encouragement to you as well. So I've got some homework for us this week. So you can grab a pen and you can take some notes, or if you want, reach out. You can leave me a comment, or you can reach out to Chrissy McKee on Facebook or Instagram, and I will be happy just to send this little sheet to you with the homework that I have on there for myself and for those of you who are interested in really doing this week, because I think it really is going to change our hearts and our perspective and help us to really partner with God and walk out the plans that he has for us. So basically what I want you to do, I'm going to give you just a list of Bible verses that I want you to take to the Lord in prayer, read through them. I recommend reading multiple translations of the Bible and asking the Holy Spirit to highlight what he is speaking to you through these particular verses, right? Or you can write out your own paraphrase. But finally, after you do those things, after you pray and you read and you write these verses down, I want you to journal any thoughts that the Holy Spirit brings to your mind surrounding these verses for your life, your ministry, your business, right? Whatever it is that he's calling you to, what is he speaking to you through these verses? Okay, so the first one is this. If you have a pen, write it down. If not, I tell you what, I'll just put it in the description so that way you will have it there to do the homework as well. So Genesis chapter 1, verses 26 and 28. 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 9. Matthew 5, verse 16. Matthew 6, verse 33. 1 Thessalonians 5, 16 through 18. 1 Peter 2, 15. Ephesians 2, 10. 3 John 1 verse 2. So 3 John chapter 1 verse 2. All right, so those are the verses that I want you to really read through, and the Holy Spirit may bring more to mind. So feel free to not be just, you can do more, right? You can read more, but these are just verses that I am going to be focusing on, and I'm sure, like I said, the Lord will bring more to my mind as well. But as we read these and pray through them and ask the Lord to show us where we need to surrender our doubts, to trust Him, to walk in His will, and watch Him bring us to breakthrough and transformation. Thank you so much for joining me this week. I would love to hear from you. I would love for you to join me on Monday morning for prayer. I know we've already done it because by the time I post the video here, we've already had our prayer call. But if you will just click the link in the description, save that every Monday morning at 8 Central or 9 Eastern. We will be on a private prayer call on Zoom, and we would love to have you join us. One disclaimer, please make sure that your name is evident, because if it just says iPhone or Android, we won't let you in, because unfortunately we've had some really, really terrible spam. So unfortunately we can't do that. But if you will have your name on there, or let us know in advance that you're going to be on the call, we would love for you to come and pray with us on Monday morning. I hope that you have a great week, and I will talk to you again next week. Bye for now.